What's up, y'all? Good Monday. Good to see y'all. Listen, y'all. If y'all don't know, this is TFG Tonight, and I'm your host, Mr. Haynes. And this is the best morning show that you can watch at night. Y'all listen, that's Devin, that's Lee, and that's Kenny.
I'm trying to be nice.
Black said we got two Americans.
Say to my brother Black, man, I think you could be a preacher. I ain't never heard somebody that use a curse word and then read a scripture right after. You know?
So let me state for the record, I am a misogynist. You know,
Pull out your card, Doc. He's
and I'm a chauvinist as well. Anybody who knows me knows that.
That's right.
Now I can go back to minding my own business. Either that boy is Benjamin Button or somebody lying.
And listen, and that boy may be mentally 12, but he's 34.
You bad boy, you don't do it again.
I'll let Black articulate a little bit better than that.
Nope.
Okay.
Never mind.
It's good for the soul. It's like medicine. Right?
Yeah, for real.
That's all I gotta say. I wish I had one of them applause buttons to, like it.
Good morning, y'all. Happy Monday.
What up? What up? What up? Oh man, that's my Martin voice, right? That's right. Nipsey died, didn't he?
Yep.
Oh yeah, that was horrible. Oh yeah. So shout out to Nipsey. I can't think his real name, but the bartender. If y'all didn't know, the bartender from Martin, he died. Yeah. So hey, y'all, good to see y'all. What's up? What's up? Y'all know we won short today, and we're thinking about him. He had another loss in his family, so y'all think about Kenny sometime today, and just send him whoever you talk to. Just tell him to go send somebody with him, y'all. Is that all right? Yeah. But man, hey man, hopefully he'll be back with us next week, and we're thinking about you, my brother, for sure. I was gonna do a sports on your hearing, but I didn't see nothing worth me talking about. So, all right, let's do roll call. We got folks already in the building. Miss Toria, thank you so much as always.
What's up, the super fan?
Please like and share. As she said, y'all know she don't play. I believe it. Miss Demi, thank you so much for joining.
Miss Demi.
Yes, she said for her favorite show. I appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
I would like to take credit, but I know you like other people besides me, so it's all right, no problem. All right, and she said, "Oh, she's speaking to Miss Demi." Oh, and that's the man himself, Mr. Levity. Thank you, sir, for joining me. Who is this now? Chula baby. Hey, what up?
All right.
I like the fist too. That's nice. Yes. So, all right, and Miss Demi, she's sending him flowers. Thank you. Is that flowers that look like chocolate?
Prayers.
Oh, praying. I look like an open chocolate bar. I need my glasses. I need my glasses also. Anyway, all right, but you know what? We know how to handle business around here, so we're gonna do some talking today. Y'all ready? Let's get into this thing. All right, so y'all listen, we got to talk about something. Donald John Trump, y'all, he is I don't know what I call this. Number one, he want to start some drama. Right, he want a trip. He want to have an issue. So he want to. I mean, people do know when stuff coming down, but he want to start another. Right? He think he Malcolm X and bringing the brothers down there to the precinct. You know what I'm saying? And trying to start some drama. He made a statement this weekend that he said that he thought he was going to get arrested tomorrow. And I mean, listen, if the boy that cried wolf was a real person, it'd be Donald John Trump. So I just want us to talk about this for a second because he wants to be arrested in public, in my opinion, because he wants people to be in outrage. And the people that really follow him, I'm pretty sure they got a really short attention span. So they forgot what happened on January 6th. so I mean, I just want us to kind of give our perspective about what he think this is, because even if he do go to jail, if they do pick him up, I ain't think he gonna be there, keep his feet on the ground long enough. He gonna be out of jail like 45 seconds, because he gonna bond out, because this ain't nothing. So I mean, y'all let me know, Devin, what is he getting himself into? I mean, what is he really trying to like do with all this, keeping up this drama?
He's just trying to cause outrage from his from the dummies that follow him and just act the fool for no reason. He just, you know how he is. It don't take much to get them excited. I think Biden would pay off my student loans before Donald Trump go to jail. Like, and there's so much he would have to do to go to jail. He'd have to punt kick a 3-month-old across the street before they like literally arrest him. And then again, they might not arrest him then. So I don't believe it. I think he just, it's just him and DeSantis, aka Castro. They just gonna go back and forth and just do the most until they get enough attention. I ain't studying him. He needs to go tend to his high blood pressure and diabetes that I believe he has.
Yeah, no, 100%. He just, this is white privilege at its best, and I don't, we don't race bait, but I'm just saying at the same time, he's a reality TV show. This is TV for him, right? He's the villain, or whatever y'all want, but he's playing with real people's lives, man. Like the New York police already putting up barricades in front of the precinct. I mean, last time I checked, he moved to Florida. But again, so they're not going to Trump Towers to go get him. So I don't know what people want. They're not gonna walk him out, man, because again, they're playing on the same team. They're just messing around with us. So I know what he's doing. He wants to invoke more fear and more frustration. But Black, I know you know how to articulate it. Go ahead and do how you do better.
So while I agree with everything both of you said, it's also curious that you used the Malcolm X reference, because the scene of Malcolm X marching and having all the people behind. In my personal opinion, I think it's smart. Yes. Donald Trump is smarter than people give him credit for. This is a flex. This is what you call flex, and he accomplishes, in my opinion, two things by doing this. One, you get to flex your muscle to be able to basically say to the world that while I caused the insurrection and I'm still standing, I'm going to show you I have the power to do it again. Because what's been the result? The Republicans are already speaking up in his defense. And the fact that we as are reacting to it in different cities, prepping for the possibility that they could riot again, it's a flex. But here's the other more important reason why he's doing it. Donald Trump wants to go down as a martyr. That man is of a certain age group, and it's all about legacy with him. And so look at how they're punishing me. Look at what they're doing to me. This is a preemptive strike on being a martyr, and it's the right strategic move. Because I agree with you, Sister Devin. There's about zero chance of him actually doing any real time. But if you want to play with me, put me on trial, because I'll put the entire justice system on trial with me.
That's it.
And it's a smart move.
That's it. Like him going to get those documents, that's not for no reason. Listen, y'all, he literally have vice grips on a couple of gonads, on some scrotum sacks. He has some vice grips on some folks, and he knows some stuff.
Yes.
And listen, he always talked about draining the swamp. He just talked about draining the swamp because he wanted to get you pigs in the mud. Because he want to play. And yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he already showed y'all how he want to play when he first ran, and he started picking off those clowns one by one in the Republican primaries. So y'all know he ain't scared, and he'll put every one of y'all business on the street.
Yes, sir.
And laugh at you. So yeah, I know why y'all don't want him to play, because y'all see how much power he got. Miss Toria said always the victim.
Yeah, I was gonna say Toria and Bama girl. Y'all got it right. He always played a victim, but Lamb is also right. He's also a mobster. He could easily lead those people. What's the name of that pastor who got all them folks to drink the Kool-Aid? That would be him.
Jim Jones.
Except his Kool-Aid would be Minute Maid fruit punch. And he's gonna watch everybody else hit the dirt, and he gonna get on the helicopter and leave. And to just so we could see those of us looking at these people like, look at them big ass dummies. He gonna just to show us how much power he truly has. That's why he would do it. He would say his Kool-Aid didn't work, that he was a martyr and he wasn't meant to die. He'd think of some reason to justify why his snake ass is still here.
That's right.
Well, if he had a library, Miss Toria, it's gonna be the at the pawn shop where they selling old books. He can't get no real library. I don't think he don't even read. So why would you give somebody to read?
I know he reading books upside down and backwards. That man can't read.
Yeah. So here it is. You know what I'm saying? He knows something finna go down, and he just really want to just, strike a blow to the foolishness, and he want to get people riled up. He wants people to start going to these folks' houses, start playing on their phones, start playing with their family. You know what he's doing. And I just hope people stick to their guns, because what this is really doing is really showing the justice system, the mockery it has always been, and the double standards, and you know what I'm saying, all those things. It's really just exposing it. And and not to mention that this brother that is the was the district attorney, no, whatever he is in New York, he kind of flip-flopped on this whole situation anyway. So no, Donald's not getting arrested tomorrow. Something gonna come down, but he just wants his folks to get started. You know what I'm saying? He's the Pied Piper to the trailer park, and he's blowing his whistle.
Sure
and here
is.
they come, right?
Here
They coming. Yeah,
Sure.
but just realize that gas a little higher than it was January.
1996 Chevys.
Yeah, right. White Chevys. That's right. so anyway, yeah. So all right. So we're gonna keep y'all posted. He says no, Devin. He has Trump water bottles. Yeah, 100. Exactly.
And he'll charge $20 a bottle, and they still are drinking.
Yes, they will. Listen, yes, they will. So he'll piss in the bottle and call it pickle juice. Anyway, all right. So that's Trump. We're gonna keep up with him because we know there's a lot more gonna come from this. But let's keep going, y'all. We got a lot to talk about. All right. So listen, School Days. Y'all remember the movie? But not so much. We're so far away from those movies now. Just this morning in my town area, a kid shot another kid, man, and killed him. They were both under the age of 17 in Arlington, Texas, and another girl got hurt, man. And we're not safe out here anymore, y'all. I don't know how to fix this. I can't shelter my kids from everything. I can't. But at the same time, man, it's like homeschool sounding real good right about now. So, I'm trying to teach my children to learn how to have a good temperament. I mean, at 7:45 in the morning, you ain't even got time to get the breakfast. What you mad at that early in the morning? I don't understand why. This had to have been something that done happened over spring break or something. And social media has made it so easy for everybody to have all this communication, and they get to being keyboard killers behind them, them computers and those phones. And I don't know, man. And again, here's another thing I want to talk about too. We always talking about these gun control and good guys with guns, but what about the good guys who leave their guns out for their kids to go use them? I mean, what are we doing, y'all? I just want to speak to this for a second if I can with y'all. I mean, because I got one more thing I want to bring up about these schools. But I mean, how do y'all feel about all these shootings just ramping up? I mean, from elementary kids shooting other people. It's just like, do we know what the problem is?
I don't remember this happening as often when we were younger.
Oh, of course not.
But I knew people who still had access to firearms when we were younger. I blame social media for a lot of stuff. And I know it's difficult to enforce, but I wish there was a way they could enforce where it's illegal to be on social media under the age of 18, just like it's illegal to drink or smoke under the age of 21. Like, I wish there was a way to enforce that to where you're not allowed. Because I blame social media on a lot of stuff. I feel like, yeah, we had issues when we were at school, and we did little stupid stuff. Like everybody got off the bus at a certain place to watch a fight and carrying on from school gossip. But I don't remember it being this bad. So we need to figure out kind of where we've gone wrong. And the main factor I can think of is social media, but I really don't know.
Yeah. Black, what's your 2 cents on this, man?
So while I agree that social media is a huge blame, to me, it's only a microcosm of society and what to expect. I'll ask it this way. What can you expect when you take religion out of schools? You take discipline out of schools. You underpay the very educators that's responsible for our children in their most formative years. And then you bombard them with social media, which glorifies an entitled lifestyle with no respect for authority whatsoever in sight. And these kids are coming from broken homes. What the hell do you expect to happen? And I almost cursed for real, but what you expect to happen. And so what we're seeing in schools is a breakdown in tradition. And I'm 55 years old. I can remember and go back to a time when talk shows first really took off like the speeding bullet, and we were invited into people's homes and being told that we can't discipline our children anymore. It started with the timeout. And then it transgressed to what we have in 2023. There's no discipline whatsoever. And so if you're sending children out into a world where you can't discipline them, even the police, and you want teachers who are grossly underpaid to babysit your children who coming from a broken home for 8-10 hours a day, and somebody said about on here about feeding their children, a lot of these kids are not fed healthy meals. This is all contributing factors that go into one big hodgepodge of confusion that they're there every day. And we as parents, you only have limited time to impart into your children the character that you want them to be. But if you're a working family, and who the hell is not working in this day and age to make ends meet, you only have maybe 4 or 5 good hours to try to impart some sense into your kids, and the world got them the rest of the time. They got social media technology in their hands. There used to be a time if I wanted to see pornographic material, I had to hide that shit under my mattress. Now they're holding it in their hands.
You're right. And Lamb, if you fought your teacher as an elementary school or high school person, can you think about the number of people you'd have to fight, the number of grown-ups you'd have to fight when you got home? The first thing you would hear is, "Oh, you want to fight somebody, huh?" So
right.
You fighting mama, your older siblings, grandma, auntie. They calling everybody. You fighting everybody.
You didn't want to throw your lunch in the trash. I mean, you couldn't even walk in the door good. They be on you. They be on you. So I don't know, y'all. I said it once and I say it again. I now know why Noah had to build that boat. Because we on our way. We on our way. We are acting a plumb fool. All right, here's some more daziness in the schools. So apparently it's gotten so bad in Houston ISD that Governor Abbott wants to now, the government is going to take over Houston ISD. They're calling it state takeover of Houston's ISD. What in the world is that about? Here's some of the things that they're talking about. It says there has been a long time failure by Houston ISD, and the victims of that failure are the students, Abbott said. After weeks of speculation and rumors, the TEA confirmed Wednesday that it will be taking over the district and replacing its current superintendent and elected trustees as early as June. Now, I'm going to stop right there because, I enjoy a little conspiracy. I'm going to tell y'all something that's really funny. You got one governor in another state that's trying to erase our history just by putting policies up. Now, if the government, the state government that's run by one of these same clowns has the outright authority now to be this quote unquote authoritarian over the ISD, they'll just write stuff off left and right. They'll just remove stuff left and right without even saying anything to us. What in the world do we need the state of Texas coming in and overhauling an ISD? I don't know how bad Houston is. I guess we'll get to it in just a second. But Black, you taught school. What are they doing?
Lamb Levity's comment hit the nail on the head. Another movie reference, because I was thinking about this as you were saying that. the famous scene where Joe Clark lined up all of the teachers in the gymnasium and he told them, "Put your hands up, put them up." You know, the failure is yours. You know,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
in that dramatic fashion, he was speaking some truths, because what he was trying to say in that movie was, we're failing our kids at home, we're failing them at the local level. So the idea that a state would take over a school and teach them what? The curtains has already been pulled back on what the hell these people are doing. These are the very people who are supposed to be governing us, and they can't figure ish out. And you want them to take over the school to do what? Because I've been saying this for a long time. You know what elections are? When they hold elections, they're popularity contests. What elections do, and the census does the same thing, is it allows the people in power to be able to district, to see who live where and how to allocate funds. So unless you're ready to admit that we need to pour more funding and resources into those places that really need it, we're wasting damn time. We're wasting each other's time. So taking over the school to make yourself feel good, they're more quicker to save trees and dogs than to save children. Get the F out of here.
So, Devin, I'm gonna read this for you. I'm gonna see what you're gonna do with this. It says, what we're doing under this intervention is we are choosing 9 individuals who are Houstonians, who will be the board of managers, and they will assume all the powers and duties of the elected school board. So it's essentially a shift in local control from the current locally elected board and to an appointed board of 9. They then have all the duties and obligations to govern the school system like any governing body of the state of Texas. So they'll oversee the superintendent, they'll set strategic direction, they'll set budget. Their job as a team is to be focused like a laser on the needs of students above all else. Boy, y'all better get y'all propaganda together, because they doing some things around here. Go on, sister. What you hear?
How they have the money to hire all these elected officials, but there's schools in South Dallas that still the ceilings are falling in, and there's not enough teachers in the classroom, and I think some of them are running out of toilet paper, but they got enough money to hire all these elected officials to do all this. What are we doing? Like, I swear the US is in 20 years are gonna have the dumbest kids that have ever existed in the world. Like, they already got us looking bad and folks talking about us. Like, when you go out of the country, people treat Americans like we Neanderthals, that all we do is wake up all day and watch YouTube and TikTok. And there's no value to our lives, and we just get handed money and we live good by doing nothing but waking up and pooping all day. Like, I just don't understand what we doing. Like, why we don't care about producing all these dumb children that somehow are going to have to run the hospital systems, and somehow are going to have to run the police systems, and somehow are going to have, like, how do we do this? Like, we all going to be living, burning candles and all this stuff because the person that's supposed to be running the electric company is going to be doing damn TikToks. Like, I don't understand what's happening. Like, and I don't trust nothing. You know, I can't stand Hot Wheels. If I saw him passing out apples in the
Yes, ma'am,
elementary school, I would side eye him. Can't stand him. You know what I'm saying? I want to stick a mop stick in his wheelchair and make him fall. Like, I can't stand him. I can't stand nothing that he does, and nothing that he does has there's nothing good behind it. He has no good agendas. He has no genuine intentions. Like, there's nothing genuine about him. And where is this money going to come from when everybody can say where we need to start as far as the schools go, but for some reason he can't get that. It makes no sense.
You know, I'll say this, and again, the reality is, who's gonna do all the work? That's why they're building all these robots. So I mean, they got a plan, and again, why y'all couldn't do that this summer? Why we gotta wait? Why y'all want to go on? What you gonna do in the next 2 months that's gonna fix the problem? Y'all could have waited till the summer instead of doing all this. Y'all done put up with it for all these years. Just wait till the summer. Why we gotta do all this other stuff? But I got it. I know what y'all doing. Y'all again.
He only wants the funding that we're losing from this
Yeah.
from the government, because we aren't getting the same test scores that we're supposed to. Like, they don't really care about the children. It's all about getting more funding.
Well, I'll tell y'all what. Here, where's my crystal ball? Hold on. Let me see my crystal ball. The crystal ball says in the year 2060, we will be shipped to China to do service in restaurants, janitorial, and lawn service. That's all we're gonna be good for. Because
Yep,
they're gonna have all the
just like Trump, reading books upside down and backwards. Ain't gonna know what a book is. A book gonna be the new rotary phone.
Because listen, China gonna want their money out the way. Y'all keep playing with them. Because I know we in debt to them for quite $1 trillion. And last time I checked, last time people were wanting the money, they started bartering out. Well, they can't figure out slavery no way right now. So it's just it only seems right. But I'm just telling y'all what's going on in schools in case y'all at home watching the soap opera still. So y'all better be careful, because they sliding everything right underneath our nose. What do you say? Hard part for the good parents is that when they try to get the kids off the technology, they have mental health breakdowns. These kids will hurt themselves over ththese games.
Yes, they will.
We'll go into severe depression.
Yes, they will, or hurt the parents.
Well, listen, a little mental, a little, what do they call it? Where you trick them? A little reverse psychology, it don't hurt them. If they start acting crazy, you start acting crazy with them. They start hollering, you start hollering until one of y'all get tired of hollering. Just go off with them. I'm hungry. Yeah, you know how to just mock you. So, I'm just telling y'all be careful out here with all this stuff, because it just ain't worth it. Well, Miss Tori, what you say? Well, if they change those standardized tests, well, you on girl. I ain't got time for that one, because that's a whole nother ball game. So
I was going to say, I ain't going to go down
ahead.
that rabbit hole, but
yeah,
we also need to raise the expectation for our own children at the same. It goes hand in hand.
100%.
You're right. The standardized tests, they have historically been unfair, but we've been unfair to our own selves as well, because we don't demand as much from our young people anymore. And that's a shame too.
That is it's horrible. No, I expect my kids to have
you individually, but we as a whole.
No, I'm with you.
Social media, we'll celebrate somebody getting out of jail versus somebody getting a college education. They got a new hairdo. I'm fly, this and that, but somebody graduating, we don't celebrate that. So we need good old fashioned ass whoopings.
Well, I guess we can start with what Cole did. He did rent a spoon. We can rent a paddle. Listen, y'all give me the right price. I come down there. I got a good swing. I used to play softball. I got one. All right. Well, anyway. Okay. Well, listen, for these dummies that don't do good in school, and here's something for you. Will it still taste like chicken? Do y'all remember when people used to always ask, this tastes like chicken? Everything you used to eat, they be like, is that chicken? They just have I got something I want to introduce to y'all that I don't know if y'all gonna be okay with this, but there's an article here in Mesa newsletter. It says food made of aborted fetuses need clear labels. New Texas bill says. I'll repeat it again, and I'll get closer to my mic so y'all can hear me real good. It says food made of aborted fetuses needs clear labels. New Texas bill say. Now, sister, you are our residential medical advisor. What is an aborted fetus?
I'm assuming, what are they ripping? Are they ripping babies from chickens and cows' gut before they are actually birthed? Is that what that means? That's disgusting. Have we been eating this all this time and didn't know it?
Probably.
I'm about to read. I'm about to read it.
Straight vegetarian. This is ridiculous.
I'm about to read it to you. Oh, okay. Let me read it. A Texas Republican proposed a bill in the state legislature calling for any food that contains aborted human fetal tissue to be clearly labeled. However, according to one federal agency, there is no need. The bill was filed by State Senator Bob Hall, who represents Texas District 2, which is made up of counties somewhat between Dallas and Tyler. It's just one of hundreds of bills already filed. Here it is. Senate Bill 314 says any food product that contains is manufactured with or derived from research that uses tissues, cells, or organs obtained from an aborted unborn child must be clearly and conspicuously labeled before it can be sold. Unfortunately, many Texans are unknowingly consuming products that either contain human fetal parts, oh my God, or were developed using human fetal parts. Hall says in a statement, while some may not be bothered by this, there are many Texans with religious and moral beliefs that would oppose consumption or use of these products. However, and then we'll talk, the Food and Drug Administration doesn't even allow the sale of foods containing human tissue in the U.S. That's what they say. As a spokesman said, adding that such a product designed for animals or human consumption doesn't even exist. Well, then what you need a bill for if it don't exist?
They straight up are preparing for the apocalypse or something, right? Because I don't think we're that short of food with all these chickens and stuff they growing in the back labs. I mean, I was about to say, what in the backwoods of Arkansas is going on here? This don't make no sense to me. It's nasty. Like, what ancestry household is sitting up there eating? You know what?
Well,
Gone Black.
There really is a food shortage, and we don't talk about it enough. The truth of the matter is there is more humans on Earth, on the planet Earth, than we have resources. Now, here's where I'm gonna put on my conspiracy cap. You guys think it's a coincidence that the Bill Gates of the world have been investing their funds over in the poorest nations in the world? You think it's a conspiracy? Is it a conspiracy when you consider that collateral damage? This, to me, is what this might be about. You asked, does it taste like chicken? Historically, who is chicken marketed to the most? Us, the bros. In almost every poor neighborhood in the country, liquor store, makeshift church, and a church is chicken.
Yes, sir.
But here's where the collateral damage comes into play. Like all things that might have been set upon our community to ravage us, i.e. drugs, prostitution, all of those things, the collateral damage that nobody prepared for is our white brethren eat just as much chicken as our black asses do too. And I'm old enough to remember once upon a time, 25 years ago, little old skinny white girls didn't look like they look today. Now they got them titties and ass, and they just as plumped up just like them black girls because they eat just as much fried chicken as the rest of us. And so is it a leap that maybe they've been feeding us this stuff all the time? I'm famous for feeding these nasty, filthy, no good bitches church's chicken because it was big plumps of chicken that I can put in the microwave, and it lasted for a couple of weeks before you even had to do anything to it. But maybe it wasn't chicken. That's why I didn't eat shit. But anyway, having said that, maybe now they need legislation to come around because it wasn't chicken all along.
Bruh, I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm going to be honest with you. When recently, if the chicken is bigger than my hand, something wrong. And I've tried to chew on a chicken breast, and I'm telling you, I thought I was chewing cud. And I don't know what could take, but I'm just saying it was so tough. I couldn't even chew the chicken. That means that chicken has been stressed out, got so many antibodies in it that it done fought off my teeth. I can't even chew the chicken no more. So man, I'm just telling y'all, we gotta slow down, man, because we're just one big human research. We're one science project, one big science project.
I refuse to believe that rump roast is Rachel's rump. I'm not gonna believe it. I don't believe it. Y'all can keep that to yourself. No, thank you.
Well, I listen. Y'all go look it up. Texas Senate Bill 314. I mean, hey, I can only go by the information that's being given to me on the internet. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm just telling y'all be careful chewing on that chicken, man, because that some things are abnormal and they're abnormal for a reason. So, well, I'm just saying, they fuss about. Anyway, we're gonna get us censored. I'm gonna get out of this. Let me get out of this. So y'all be careful out there, please, please. All right, listen, it's time, sister. Speaking of breasts, I mean chicken. Well, chicken. Oh, go to little sister. Who you business you digging in today?
You know what? All I do is mind my own business, but every now and then I'll catch wind of some unnecessary outrage. And the latest outrage was apparently on May 12th, Ciara, the pop artist, Miss Goodies herself, wore a dress to the Oscars that was basically mesh, completely see-through. She had her nipples covered with some little covers, I think like some nude covers is what they said. And like all her butt was out. She had on the stringiest G-string ever. And she was at the awards with her husband, Mr. Russell himself. And people lost their mind. They were saying the audacity of her to be able to do that when she's someone's mother, she's someone's wife. She's living in this God-fearing household. And because I already know what Black is thinking, so Brenton, I'm gonna start with you. Do you think there's anything wrong with this grown woman out in public, this pop artist, by the way, who has lived her whole life doing whatever she wants, to be judged by being out looking that way at the Oscars?
Yeah.
And would you let your wife do it, or would you accept your wife doing it? I want to say let.
Whoa, you threw a wrench in that one. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna answer both of your questions. So in the situation where it comes to us, would I allow my wife can wear what she wants to wear? She's comfortable wearing it while she's with me, because ain't no issue. You know what I'm saying? I'm Texas born, bred, and I carry, so I don't have no problem. So there's an issue. Here's the problem with this: public, and they're in the public eye, and that's the issue when it comes to this situation. And then what you all are presenting yourself, and she's not, he is, and that's what makes it really weird in this conversation, because he presents himself in such a way that there is something that is going on that is allowing this conflict, right, of who she has always been. She's always been an entertainer, but Russell has put himself, like you said, as this God-fearing man, right, that doesn't have been saved all day, no evil has he done type of situation. It's really eerie towards the whole Megan Good and that other guy. It's like y'all can't mix these two worlds. Either you're gonna let her be, and I don't know why she wants to be. Oh, that ain't her. What?
That's good.
No, that she is.
There she go.
Down boy. So you're gonna get her more than $7 too. I'm just telling you. So listen, I'm just saying, that's public, and you're going to be given ridiculed if you're going to come out there like that. But it's just so many dynamics. My wife, she wouldn't want to look like that, but she can wear things. But again, it's just, no, it's a no, because of what you guys are presenting yourselves as. And so that's how I see it. But yes, mine can.
Okay. Now, Ciara has created her whole career by twerking.
Right.
she's made has involved her twerking and presenting herself a certain way. And also at this same award show, there were several other celebrities wearing a very similar or matching outfit. And every time we look up, Beyonce on a horse, butt naked, and everybody's praising her. That was actually what she used to present her upcoming tour. We didn't hear nothing negative about that. Black, do you think there's a problem with this grown attractive woman out showing her bit? Now, mind you, you couldn't truly see her breast. You could see the silhouette. I think all the necessary parts was as covered as they needed to be. I don't know. Like, what you think? Oh,
I loved it. I love everything about it. Oh my God. Whew, Lord. I didn't even know she had it like that. But I'm gonna tell you, I loved everything about it. Now, to your point, though, that's the great hypocrisy, that it depends on who's doing it. Because if Lady Gaga can show up with her titties out, draped in meat, it's art. You know what I'm saying?
Lil Nas X can
can go on stage and dressed as the devil, and nothing is said. It's the great hypocrisy of it all. And don't tell me about decency and modesty when on live TV, the Jimmy Kimmel show at the 10 o'clock hour, they performed the song WAP, Wet Ass P. Don't talk to me about decency. Don't talk to me about decency and modesty when we got shows like Love and Hip Hop on TV every single week where you got the pumped up titties and fake asses. So pick and choose. You can't pick and choose. Now, for me, I don't have a problem with the world for this reason. She's beside her husband. If he's okay with it, I'm okay with it. Now, to your point, Brother Brenton, now the message you're selling, you need to deal with the aftermath of that, because you can't live in two worlds and call yourself Christian and then come out with something like that. But I want to answer the other question, Sister Devin. Would I let my wife do it? Absolutely, yes. You know, when I was married or even had girlfriends, I've never been one to have a jealous nature. Frankly, I don't want to be with a woman that everybody don't want. I used to take a great delight in having a bad chick on my arm and sit back smoking my Black and Mild. And I wanted my woman to strut across that floor and wear some scandalous shit too, because I wanted everybody in there to watch her clean across that room. And the best part of it was she came and sat down to me and I gave him that look like, I'm beating that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I don't mind.
And that gets into the whole dynamics of men and women, right? I'm with you. But the problem, the difference is between Beyonce and Ciara is Beyonce's husband is Jay-Z and Ciara's husband is Russell Wilson. And Jay-Z is not promoting one thing that Russell Wilson is. And so that's a part of the issue. That's as Black was saying, the hypocrisy for me. But I get it. I do.
I get you, and I agree with what both of you are saying. But the way I feel is Russell didn't pluck her from the first row of the congregation while he was standing at the pew. She was never this wholesome, completely covered person that covered her, that carried herself like the first lady when they met. She was an attractive woman who loved to show off her body and to put herself out there. And I just believe I just think it's funny or hypocritical for us to now expect her to be this other woman. And let me also say to some of you bros, you know, you want your woman to walk around all buttoned up and covering up her business, but the hoe you cheat with, she looked like Ciara at the Oscar party, because there's a point where you say your wife is looking boring, and I don't know a man walking that don't want the woman that everybody want and everybody looking at, because it's a challenge to pull her. And once you pull her, you can, you know what I'm saying? You won the pissing contest. So let's be honest, because I ain't never met a man to be cheating in public or leave his wife for the first lady that's walking around looking Amish and shit. Let's just be real. So I just feel like y'all just, you need to be, you can't expect to meet this woman in one state and then expect her to change into Claire Huxtable after you meet. It's not fair to her if she's confident in her body if she looks good, or hell, if she even looked like Lizzo. If she was dressing like that when you met her, you can't expect her to be. But I didn't say you liked it. If you met her with her ass out as Lizzo, you can't expect her to come in out next week. I didn't say you liked it, because Lizzo has won down her pants playing the flute a couple weeks ago. So all I'm saying is stand in it. If you want this woman that's going to be modest and be a certain way, you need to meet. You need to go to the church and you need to meet in the church. But I'm also telling you, you can get some of the biggest hoes out the church too.
Yes,
just
sir.
so you know.
Yes,
so
sir.
now with that being said, I'm going to go back to my
Honey, I'm going through my book now, checking for lies, honey. Nope, I don't see none.
Bravo.
I don't see none. I don't see none. And that's the thing, man. And see, Megan tried to infuse both worlds, and the church beat her down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's the only difference between I can't think of Megan's ex-husband name. That's the difference between Russell and him.
Devin.
Russell don't got what's his name?
Devin, I believe.
Yeah, Devin. Russell don't have no church. Devin did. So there's so many dynamics in that moment, right? But we can't infuse the two worlds. Unfortunately, you're right. No man on this unless you switch hitting again. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no man is no right-hander, no left-hander. You know, you're right, because that's three things that men do. Okay, this is sorry, Lee. Let me go to Real Talk Real Men for you right quick. Three things men do. They need to see it, they need to hear it, and they need to touch it.
That's right.
So those are the three things that make it happen. Yeah, okay. Devon Franklin, that's his name. Thank you, sir. Yeah, Franklin. So that's what I'm saying. So again, we got to take it case by case. Although she didn't get so much backlash because her husband's not a pastor, but yet and still, you know what I'm saying, he think he's little boy Pete. But again, that's neither here nor there. But
I love them as a couple. I have no problem with it.
With Megan and Devon?
Even with Megan and Devon, but again, that's because I consider myself a spiritual person anyway, because I've seen the hypocrisy in organized religion. You know me, I target religious women anyway. I take it as a battle scar. You know, you want to be the church lady? I'm gonna put you on your knees. So I love that anyway.
But even with him, you can't be with a woman that's buttoned up in public and then she go do a sex scene in a movie. I mean, come on now.
You gonna make me okay.
But anyway,
hold on. Let me turn to Lee Black right quick. Let me tell y'all something about them church women. We know how they are. Even if they button up to the top of their neck, they still see air underneath there. It don't matter.
They pull up that slip and pull down them white stockings in a minute.
Absolutely.
Don't let them fool you.
Absolutely. All right, we done dug in too many people business now. I'm sorry, Saints. We're gonna move on. Before I let Lee tell these folks how these Saints really is out here in these straits. Okay, all right, hold on. Now we got to follow up now. Listen, I want to follow up on two things that we talked about here the last few weeks, right? And what you say? That was good, Devin. A great close. Oh, you doing all right?
Thank you, Tamar.
Yeah, so here we go. Two things. We talked about Ricky Smiley's son, and finally Ricky kind of alluded to what he talked about, how his son left us, and it was drugs and it was overdosing. And again, man, our kids, although they have not experienced what we have, but man, they are exposed to so much more than we have. And as much as I feel like we were so slow as a country in 30, 40 years ago, that kept us safe. I mean, these kids have so much access to everything and they don't know what they're doing with this stuff, man. And so money don't fix problems, y'all. Money don't fix problems. And if your family jacked up and your mama win the lottery, well, then you just a whole bunch of rich fools. That's all y'all are at the end of the day, man. I don't know. So, we understand that's not nothing uncommon. But again, Ricky, he's a big name, and so I appreciate him just being honest about what his son was struggling with, and trying to still remain private. You know what I'm saying? And so, Yeah. Yeah, you did. Yeah, Black. Yeah. Y'all got anything on that one? If I follow up on something else? Okay. Then another follow-up. I think this is really interesting. My boy Deion Sanders. Y'all know he's in Colorado now, coming from HBCU. So he found himself upon a little hiccup that he wanted to have an issue with Colorado now. And here it is. He's asking the Colorado band to play HBCU music.
Okay.
Now, if you know Colorado, they have a lot of snow up there. And I'm not talking about the weather. So is Deion asking for a little bit too much? Or what do y'all think? Why would Deion want these little snowbirds to be playing, Lil Wayne and Mystical? Y'all know that song he always come out, the man right there.
Mm-hmm.
He
I don't have a problem with it.
Okay.
Number one, a closed mouth don't get fed.
Yeah, you right about that.
And number two, the generation that he's coaching, they're as familiar with African American culture as anybody. If truth be told, you know who funds the whole rap impresorium? White people. We're not the ones really buying. They're the ones downloading the digital tunes and buying the music and going to the concerts and groves. We got bills to pay. So really, until you ask, and again, he's in that position, I take advantage of that moment in every possible way. And again, in a weird way, think about the Motown documentary where it talked about that the line that was separating once upon a time the whites from blacks, and how music bridged the gap. So you know what? We're really not at our core. We're really not that so different. So why not expose these white kids to the very music that they play with? And even though it's in Colorado, I don't have a problem in the world segregating the music as well. Make it happen.
Oh, okay. Well, my only problem is the timing. Now, listen, I know there's a few anomalies, and some of these white folks can do it, but our music ain't 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and it ain't that. And so, Devin, just like we see these white cheerleaders and these, they trying to cross over. I think Deion's asking for a tall order here. What do you think?
I can't wait to see them dancing off beat to our music. It's supposed to be 1, 2, 3, and 4, and they dancing 1, 7, 9, 2. I can't wait to see them trip over their foul, and so they'll quit. They'll realize they can't do it. I ain't got a problem with it.
Wow.
Here for it. Hey, Charles.
What's up, Charles?
Y'all, I didn't know y'all can. Okay. Oh yeah. Well, here it is. I'm gonna look too. I just see him real stiff. And you're gonna have one that's gonna try to, do something, and he gonna be looking weird. And
I don't know, Brandon. This new generation, they getting it.
You think so?
Some of these white girls, I can't save them like they used to.
Okay.
Yes,
all right. Well,
yes, you can. Yes, you can. He's talking about them 1 or 2 on TikTok. Let's talk about
right.
Can't spell college. That's who you talking about. I'm talking about the ones in school. I'm talking about them white girls.
No, you know what? You're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh my goodness. Tori said, yes, I remember that American Bandstand show. The kids took that rope down and danced together way back in the day. Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna be watching the first home game because I want to see what this Colorado band. Listen, I promise you, last year they wasn't playing nothing, but the oldies and the good old 80s and 90s. What was it, Dick Clark? We playing Dick Clark, the top 10s.
Yep.
So, well. All right. Well, that's just a couple of follow-ups we got through the week. Let's see what we got next. Oh, California Love. Now listen, this is gonna get real interesting. Y'all ready for this? Y'all thought eating fetuses was something. Here this is. San Francisco has now decided to air black reparations plan for $5 million per person. A controversial draft reparations proposal that includes a $5 million lump sum payment for each eligible, that's the key word right there, eligible, Black person could make San Francisco the first major U.S. city to fund reparations, though it faces a steep financial headwind and blistering criticism from conservatives. It says supervisors can vote to adopt all, none, or some of the recommendations and can change them. Several board members have expressed concerns over the potential hit the lump sum payment and other options would have on the city budget already facing a shortfall. An estimated 50,000 Black people live in San Francisco, but it's not clear how many of them would be eligible for financial reparations. So apparently they says you have to have some type of like your family has to have been really known in San Francisco for a long time for you even to be considered. It's a lot of stipulations in here. Just off the top, sister, what you think? You think they fronting?
I think I'll be crip walking with Snoop Dogg in California. That's what I think. I think if that's the truth, I'm down there tomorrow. But I also don't believe it's gonna happen. I think it just sounds crazy, but they ain't gonna give up that kind of money. Where they gonna get it from?
Yeah, I have no clue because where do they ever get the money from?
Yeah,
they print it.
It's just gonna be an empty promise. They would never allow that to go through.
So
But
this just
they'll be able to
publicity.
say they tried. That's what that is.
All right, Black. You think they blowing smoke?
One big dog and pony show.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you know, it's preposterous to think that, you know, they could really make that happen. That would never happen. You know, you said at the top of the show, Sister Devin, they would pay off student loan debt before they do it. Dave Chappelle in the Dave Chappelle show did a comedy skit where he said, "Rich bitch," before they let a bunch of Negroes running around here get instantly rich, they'll pay off student loan debt. It ain't gonna happen.
Well, you said something necessary. Yeah, Charles, that's the whole point. Eligible. Again, there's always words in here. It says Justin Hansford, professor at Howard University of Law, says no municipal reparations plan will have enough money to right the wrongs of slavery, but he appreciates any attempts by city officials to genuinely, legitimately, authentically make things right. And that includes cash, he says. But the problem here, Mr. Hansford, it's not genuine, it's not legitimate, and the show ain't authentic. So I you know, again, they running game and it's all good, but yeah, because now folks are gonna be acting a fool, like you said, and trying to figure out where they're gonna get their money from and all this kind of stuff. Man, I don't think the world can handle if we all get money. I don't think the world.
People gonna start looking up their great Black grandma. Everybody gonna be Black at that point.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Well, if something else go down, I here. Let me take a poll. You think we're gonna get somebody gonna get reparations first, or Donald Trump gonna go to jail first? Which one y'all think gonna happen first?
Wow.
Probably reparation.
Okay. All right. What you got, Black? Reparations or Trump going to jail?
I say Trump would go to jail first. He wouldn't stay, but they ain't paying. They're not paying brothers.
Yeah. Well, we gonna find out. We ain't got nothing but time anyway, so we'll figure it out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen, we are up to one of the favorite times of the show for people. Lee Black is gonna holler at y'all. That is not right.
No,
my bad. Yeah,
So ain't right, child.
Man, I'm gonna have to fire that new producer. It's horrible, man. I tell you. Well, listen, Lee wants to holler at y'all for a minute. I don't want to mess this up, so I'm not even gonna try. Go ahead, preach. I'm gonna let you take it away.
I want to holler at everybody about the power of the D.
Yes.
The power of the D. And I am not talking about Detroit, in case you was wondering, or Dallas. I'm talking about what you think I'm talking about. The power of the D. Now, before you lose your collective minds, if you watch the show BMF, the real life story of the Flannery brothers, Blowing Money Fast, Black Mafia Family. They just ended their show, but the next to last episode was one that had a special surprise in it. And I watched this show, as part of a group, and my niece, who I'm her mentor, she's 33 years old, highly educated, all this good stuff. She called me up and before I saw the show, she said, "Uncle, there was one scene in there that I didn't understand why they showed it. One of the character, Meech, who's the son, the real life Meech, Big Meech, his son is playing him. He's Little Meech. But the name of the character is Big Meech. He was having a sex scene, and at the very end, in the club, they showed a full-on picture of his penis. Yes, and I see the look on your faces. Wow. And needless to now, for the record, I am completely heterosexual, but brother was packing, hence the name Big Meech. Now, why am I bringing this up?
Please.
They asked the showrunners what was the significance of that scene, and I'm going to read what she said. She said, "We really wanted to sexualize black men. You're often seeing white penises on TV, and they wanted to show this powerful, strong, beautiful member in all its full glory." And I couldn't have been more proud. So where y'all think I'm going to talk about something in a degenerative way, let me tell you what spoke to me when they did that. We do see white penises on TV in movies. And the fact that my niece would question what this scene was about, it speaks to the fact that how black men have been marginalized our entire lives when it comes to sexuality. We still bear the brunt of the big black Negro attacking the innocent white woman. The big buck slaves that they slept with when the sun went down, but not in the clear light of day. And whether we're basketball players, football players, or a big fat sucker like me, the idea that it's sexy for a black male member to be shown is not normalized on TV. And I truly appreciated that they went to this extent to do it on a nationally syndicated popular show, because we far too often see the effeminization of men. When we got characters walking around out here telling us that it's okay to be feminine and to cry and to not stand in our manhood, I, for one, truly appreciated this scene, because while it might have stood out as being awkward, I love their reasoning behind it. And if we can show Tom Cruise's bare ass and stuff and all and Magic Mike's member, how can we can't show brothers too? And for that reason, I wasn't looking at it or enjoyed it in any kind of way for me to do anything with it, but I appreciated the intent behind it, because they wanted to, in their own words, sexualize black men in the right way. And I, for one, I'm proud of it. God bless you.
Okay. Only Lee Black can pull that one off. I mean that. and listen, ain't nobody thought you was going another way either. So, Charles, I gotta ask you a question, Charles. Now I know you done. Now listen, I bet a couple dollars that you done seen something with that in it. Now, come on now. I don't know about all that.
He said he don't want to see it.
Oh, he don't want to see. He ain't no choice.
And so I'm gonna say this, because I gotta ask one question as we end, because even one of my favorite shows, P Valley, so many of my African American brothers, they got too caught up in the gay scenes and whatnot. If you ain't gay, why does it bother you? Mm-hmm. You mean to tell me as much porn as we've seen? Don't pretend you ain't looked at the man's D. Stop it. Mm-hmm. Now, if you interested in doing something with it, that's a whole different thing. That's between you and your God. But I'm just saying, I'm not gonna pretend that I didn't see it, and it don't make me feel no kind of way.
All right, Miss Torres. Yeah, I'm not a cougar, but did rewind the scene to see what.
And zoomed in, honey, and zoomed in.
Yeah, yes, sir. No, I'm just messing with you, man. I appreciate you. Hey, so listen, I appreciate that, Black. Only you can pull that off, man. Y'all, it's final thoughts time, and again, our brother Kenny, he's out this week, but we're thinking about him, and so we appreciate him. And Black made sure to take advantage of this moment, because Kenny can't tag him, so there it is. Neither did Devin. So hey, y'all had free reign today. So listen, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. We had so much fun in the comments today. It is amazing. So thank y'all all so much for that. But it's final thoughts time. And madam, let me have your final thought, please.
I want to kind of piggyback off of what Black is talking about. I feel like Black men and women have always been nothing but sexualized. When you think of a Black man and in the dating world, that's the first thing you think about is what he can do sexually in the bedroom. And I be honest with you, and some of it is true, because when you was talking about the power of the D, I was like really thought you was talking about the power of the D. Because if you look at the racial background, Black and some brown people, how many women you know as dumb as they are about a man? How many women you know got men that you know got 3-4 side pieces? I mean, when I was in my 20s, I had a broke dude living with his mama, dropping me off at work and picking me up late with no gas in my car. So it's true what they say as far as the power of the D. And I feel like Black men are really sexualized. What I think is Black men aren't given the credit they deserve for being intelligent and being more than just sexualized and being more than all those really bad stereotypes that you hear about Black men, because that's literally what I've always heard. And Black women, of course, are sexualized, but somehow we have shifted from just being sexualized to breadwinners and single parents and all this other fun stuff too. So I kind of disagree. And I think when you see a Black man's member on TV, it's for the reason is he gonna meet that stereotype that we always hear about Black men? Is he gonna be that mandingo, or is he gonna show up with this little, cocktail with him? And they never do. They always show up like they supposed to on TV anyway, I'll say. Because in real life,
You gonna
some of y'all got navels. You got belly buttons. But anyway, back to y'all.
But to your point, that's why I said sexualized in the right way.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
In the right way, because I agree with you in that sense. But that's why I appreciated their intent, is because they was trying to do it for a different reason, because they said we're often seeing white penises on TV. So I like that they were intentional, trying to show a scene, in this case, where he wasn't raping somebody. He wasn't brutalizing her. And it wasn't about overpowering her. They sensualized this scene to make it like that's what they wanted you to say. Oh my God, this is a beautiful member.
And there's also not a man of no color or a man that's not Black that's not intimidated by a Black man, because they know he don't have to have nothing. He don't have to say nothing. He could just show up, and there's a good chance he can bend his wife or his woman over. Black men have always been sexualized and always will be.
Absolutely. I just appreciate the effort to try to do it in a different light, to try to even the screen time out a little bit. Having said that,
Yes, sir.
I was going to go in a different direction, but I appreciate my final thoughts is on just being a Black man, just to be honest with you, because we come in so many different shapes and sizes. And I love what you had to say, Sister Devin. Here, this big plump guy sitting in front of you tonight. I transitioned away from that guy. Once upon a time, the power of the D, I had quite a few lying to their husbands. I had them giving all to me and giving a little bit to God.
See?
But I had to evolve. But to your point, I had to evolve. And now you see those two papers sitting behind me on that shelf? That's the power.
That's what I want.
That's the power. Don't get it twisted. As much shit as I talk, excuse me, Kenny, I'm an educated Black man as well. And I've had to evolve. And I get just as much snatch from talking them drawers off as I did from snatching them off.
Now, Miss Tori, I will say this. I'm blushing because, once was I not that guy no more, but anyway, but yes, I'm glad that you see the innocence still on my face. Oh, this has been a great show. Oh my goodness. Thank y'all so much. Oh, I've had too much fun, y'all. Oh man. Okay, listen. I'm not talking about the D because I ain't got enough to go around. So,
See, you won't leave it alone.
Look. He trying to be slick with it. He trying to be slick.
no,
Exactly.
no, man. I'm gonna leave that to Jesus, child. I ain't gonna do that, man. Okay, so listen. Okay. I got a question. So let me ask y'all this question. The more, no. I'm sorry. Is it ever too late to change your mind? Is there ever a point where it's too late to change your mind? And if so, when would it be?
No.
You don't think so?
After unaliving somebody.
Okay. Oh, well, yeah.
Oh.
Well, hello. That's right. I appreciate that. Black, since she said that shake you up a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah.
let me show you. I have a good case. I want to point it out here. Y'all take a look at this video and see if it's ever a good time to change your mind.
Damn.
Nah, he didn't get no D, but he almost got a motorcycle. Boy.
Damn.
Boy,
Listen.
he probably can't use the D no more.
And he did grab him by his legs.
Testicles gone, baby.
Oh man. So listen, the answer is yes. And listen, there is a good time to change your mind. And when is that? When you're doing something stupid. You really need to get to a place to change your mind before you get to doing something stupid. Because when it's too late, you may not have a D up you, but you're gonna have a handlebar or something. Something's gonna be there, don't need to be there, and it ain't gonna feel good. So what you say? He bent himself backwards. Yes, he did. And unfortunately, that's because he was doing something stupid. So listen, stay away from guys who are on a high rise on a motorcycle, because nothing good is gonna come out of that. And yes, Miss Toria, thank you so much. I appreciate you for making that and always making this show great, and everybody for making the show really, really great today. And so I appreciate it. On behalf of Devin, Black, me, we out of here. And listen, next week, we're going to leave the D alone.